And what's up, everybody? This is France over here from PE Nintendo and PlayerEssence.com. Welcome to another Player Essence Cross Nintendo. We got a fantastic list of topics for you guys. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. So the big thing this week is Bayonetta 2. There's been a lot of new news that have come out about the title. Platinum Games has been updating their blog. We've got new information on damage motion. We've got new information on Jean and Bayonetta's outfits. We have a ton of different stuff, but I'm just going to go over some of the main points that I picked out here, especially with the European website opening. There's been some new details on the online multiplayer for Bayonetta 2. So, as you guys know, there's this mode called Infinite Climax Tag or Climax Infinite Tag, something along the lines of that, where you can play online multiplayer with you and a buddy over the Wii U system, and you can pick up Bayonetta and Jean and play. But now new information has came out that Bayonetta 2 will actually have multiple playable characters. On the European website, it says that you can choose from a range of powerful characters. So it's not just going to be Bayonetta and Jean. There's actually going to be more characters than that. So could we see that Lumen Sage Kid with the braids? Could we see Rodon? Could we see all sorts of different people? Maybe even the main Lumen Sage that you're fighting against with Bayonetta. There could be a ton of different characters to play as. So right now we don't know what characters there's going to be. Obviously, there's probably going to be a Nintendo Direct focused solely on Bayonetta 2, and they're going to reveal more information on that. So that's going to be very interesting. Bayonetta 2 is one of my most anticipated games of the year, and I think it's going to be the greatest action game of all time. So more information and more stuff that they add and more content that they're packing into this game is just going to make the overall product just amazing. So that's pretty cool. There's been a lot of confusion as far as how Bayonetta 2 is going to be packaged here in North America, and we really don't know. We know in Japan it actually comes in a double box set with Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2, or Bayonetta Ultimate as I like to call it, and Bayonetta 2. So you get two separate discs, two separate cases per one box. We know, at least we think we know, in Europe that's going to be the same situation there, to where you actually get two discs, same thing. But in North America we've heard that, oh well, it's going to be a digital download. It's not going to be the actual two discs. I was originally under the impression that it's going to be Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2 on one Wii U disc, because that's how they presented it for the E3 trailer. The Wii U disc can definitely hold a lot of data, 25 gigabytes on one side. I'm not sure how big Bayonetta 2 is as far as content goes, but I know that Bayonetta 1 is not more than 8 gigabytes or so that it was on the Xbox 360. So the fact that, you know, maybe that they can squeeze that in there to the Wii U disc, that would be really cool. Amazon Canada, from our own Griffin of Might, you guys know this guy, does a lot of good work on Twitter, does a lot of good work on Player Essence and on other sites. Pretty cool guy, Griffin of Might. He basically emailed Amazon of Canada, and Amazon of Canada says it's going to come on one disc. So that's the first we've heard about anything from North America as far as packaging goes for Bayonetta 2. So hopefully it does just come on one disc. That's what I would like. I really don't want to have to switch back and forth between playing Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2 on two separate discs. I mean, it's cool for collector's purposes, but at the same time I'd rather just have both of them on one disc so I can easily switch back and forth, especially when I need to capture footage, if I'm doing a review or something, and I don't want to have to keep switching discs to capture separate footage. I can just stay on the same disc and get that. So personally, me, I would like to see it all on one disc, but either way, I mean, even if it's a digital download, it's a free game, so I'm like, whatever. I don't really care how they do it, but hey, Bayonetta 2 is going to be awesome, and hopefully we get everything sorted out soon. Nintendo of America needs to make a statement on this one. Alright, so I think that's enough Bayonetta news for right now. Next topic I want to talk about is Hyrule Warriors. The Japan Expo is going on in France right now, and basically some users have been saying that reps at that event are confirming that Hyrule Warriors has online gameplay, online and offline gameplay. All Nintendo's officially said on the matter is that Hyrule Warriors will have local co-op with one person using the gamepad and one person using Wii U Pro Controller. There's been no confirmation otherwise. Also, on the Hyrule Warriors official websites, it only says local co-op. For the North American website, it says you can grab a friend and play locally. On the sidebar, where it usually says if it has online play or not, there's no indication that it is online. Nintendo hasn't said anything. So right now I'm taking it as just basically like a rumor slash maybe, We don't know yet. From what I've heard, all of the other Warriors type games, or at least the recent ones, and even the one on the Wii and the Wii U, all of them had online co-op play. So some people are saying, oh, well, it would make sense. It looks to be a lot, as far as higher quality, just from looking at the game, the quality looks to be a lot higher than some of the other ones. So they could just focus on polishing the game and just having a good local experience. I'm not really sure what they're going to do. Either way, I'm getting the game no matter what. But people are confirming that reps at that event told them that there is going to be online and offline co-op. So hopefully, let's cross our fingers, let's hope there is. Bayonetta 2 has online multiplayer, Smash Bros, of course, Mario Kart has great online, so that would just be another title to add to Nintendo's library of online titles. And of course, they're online, so you don't have to worry about ever paying for it, so I think that's really cool if it does. But if it doesn't, I have Bayonetta, I have Smash Bros, I have Mario Kart, so there's plenty of other games that have more natural online play, and games that I probably want to play more online than Hyrule Warriors, to be honest. But that's just my take on it, so let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Alright, next we're going to move on to Yokai Watch. In Japan, Yokai Watch 2 got a Nintendo Direct solely focused on that game, and a couple of new tidbits have come out from that Nintendo Direct. The game's going to have online multiplayer. There's going to be 2 special versions, which we already knew about that. If you download the game through the service, as far as the eShop, you can get special Yokai, and the online multiplayer has been refined as far as what they're going to do with the combat system. So it looks to be pretty cool. You can watch the full Nintendo Direct and breakdown on playeressence.com. Hopefully, if we all keep on checking that stuff out and commenting and making it news, Nintendo and Level 5 see that we want the game. Alright, so that basically wraps it up for all the regular news. There is a ton of more Nintendo news. Check out playeressence.com, you'll see all that. Nintendo had their 74th annual shareholders meeting, and there wasn't anything like crazy or anything huge coming out of that. If you want to see all the details and all that on there, playeressence.com. I'll have a link in the description below, and you can check out all the tidbits and stuff that Miyamoto and everybody said there. There is one good thing that came out of there. Iwata and all Nintendo's board members did get reelected, and on top of that, Iwata's approval rating actually went up by more than 3 percentage points. I think it was 77 point something last year, and this year went up to 80 point something. So his approval rating did go up. Nintendo did go through some hard times. Everybody talked about the June trials that Iwata has to go through, and I think in June he did pretty good. Wii U sales are up. Mario Kart 8 has been amazing, and what a lot of people don't know about Mario Kart 8 is that Iwata actually personally had his hand with it as an executive producer on that game, so he was actually giving input and actually had a personal touch on that game. If you roll the credits, you'll actually see his name and Shigeru Miyamoto's names on there, so he definitely had a hand in making sure that game was popular. So I think he passed his June trials, just based on the Wii U sales getting bumped and Mario Kart selling 2 million units at this point. Nintendo's clearly turning things around, plus the E3 that they had, amazing E3, very good. So all of that kind of falls under the umbrella. So we gotta go another year and see how it works out, and see how the Wii U and see how the 3DS are doing a year from now. But for right now, he's got reelected. Alright, so that basically wraps it up. Like I said, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the main topic now. Alright, boys and girls, the main topic for today's Player Essence Cross Nintendo, and we're gonna talk about quality over quantity, because a lot of things that I see online, I see a lot of people saying, oh, the Wii U only has this amount of retail games coming out for it. The Wii U only has this amount. They don't have as much as the PS3 and Xbox 360 or PS4 and Xbox One, which is 100% true as far as retail box releases. Now, as far as digital releases, Nintendo has a ton of releases just like any other system. Indie games, Shovel Knight, Child of Light, good games that are already coming out, Squid's Odyssey. There's cross-buy in Europe, so let you guys know that. If you buy the 3DS version, you get the Wii U version for free in Europe. So there's a lot of good games, and there's a lot of stuff coming out, especially Shovel Knight. Armello just came out. So there's games coming out. It's just, of course, they're not box retail. But I want to talk about the box retail games, and I want to talk about quality over quantity, because a lot of people seem to not care about that. All I see on certain people's videos and stuff like that is, no, the Wii U only has 11 games coming out for it. The Wii U only has 15 box games, but you gotta look at the quality of those games. If you look at the whole year, Nintendo from a first-party development standpoint can only fund about 6 to 8 games. Quality A-tier games a year. There's no way Nintendo can fund more than that. That's all they're going to do. So you have to look at the quality. You look at Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, one of the best rated next generation games as far as the PS4, Xbox One, and Wii U. Very good game. You look at Mario Kart 8, another very good game. Both of those games, very high in quality. Even if you want to look at Shovel Knight, yes, digital, but another very high quality game, getting a lot of good reviews across the board. Look at Hyrule Warriors. We don't know the ratings for that game, but from what I've played, it's a very high quality game. I think it's very fun. So Hyrule Warriors, another quality game. You look at Bayonetta 2. That's probably going to be the best single player type experience out there. Now I know that there's a multiplayer mode, but predominantly it's going to be for the single player, and that is probably going to be one of the best, if not the best, single player type experience out there. So you add up Bayonetta 2 is doing, like I said, that game could be rated a 95 or something. I'm not really sure how it's going to turn out, but I know as far as what I think, that game is the utmost quality, and I think it's better than anything that we're seeing on any other system out there. Then you have Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and for Nintendo 3DS. Another very high quality game that is just going to be amazing when it comes out. Seriously, like, I played Smash Bros. It's so much fun. There's so much content packed into it. You can see from the Nintendo 3DS version, it has a ton of content. The Wii U version is going to have awesome online gameplay. It's going to have a ton of different characters. It's going to have amiibo support, which is also really cool. And you have Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, another game that necessarily I'm not excited for, but it definitely looks quality. It controls great. Frame rate is awesome. So I mean, right there, you know, you have six to seven quality games that Nintendo can release every single year, and that's what I look for. I look for the quality in games. Of course, there's the third-party support that's not necessarily there as far as mainline games, but a lot of those games, you know, it's the Call of Duties or the Battlefields or stuff like that. You know, I mean, look behind me. I already have PS3s, I have Xbox 360, I have a PC that can pretty much run any of those games at 60 frames per second and at least 720p. Some of them I can run in 1080p depending on what game it is. If I really wanted, you know, to play Evolve, or if I really wanted to play certain games that are made for other systems, like, I don't need to necessarily have it on my Wii U. I buy my Wii U and I like Nintendo for the quality experiences that last. Like Mario Kart 8, it's a quality experience that lasts, plenty of content. Same thing goes for Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I'm gonna pick that game back up and tackle the hard mode. There's always something to go back to in Nintendo games. Hyrule Warriors is gonna be packed full of content. I'm even gonna pick up One Piece Unlimited World Red. It's on the PS3 and it's on PS Vita and on the 3DS, but I'm gonna pick that up for the Digital Deluxe program. I got some extra points. I can net me a discount on that, so I'm going to pick that one up. So there's plenty of good exclusives and there's plenty of good quality games to play, whether it's retail or it's digital. Armillo is an exclusive right now. Shovel Knight's also an exclusive as far as 8th generation consoles go for right now. The way I look at it, sure, everybody wants to have a lot of games in their system. Of course you want to be able to play everything and stuff like that. Some developers just aren't going to put their games on Nintendo systems. They're just not going to do it. And if they're not going to do it, I'm not going to sit here and cry a river over it. I'm going to sit here and play the games that are quality. A lot of the games that have came out on the PS3, Xbox 360, PS4, Xbox One beforehand, like for instance like Thief and a lot of these games, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes, a lot of them were lackluster experiences that I really don't feel like wasting my money on, even if it was on Wii U. So I'm looking for quality exclusives when I play games, because I know that when I play an exclusive, for the most part, it's going to be optimized to the max. I mean, one of my favorite games that I'm looking forward to owning and playing is Infamous Second Son, and it's going to be Bloodborne. Those are the games that are going to get me to purchase a PS4 when they get enough quality exclusives. God of War, Uncharted, games like that. Those are the games that are going to get me to finally purchase a PS4. Same thing goes for Microsoft. I mean, they have Master Chief, they have Halo 5 coming, they have Scalebound at some point. When those games come out, the quality exclusives, not third-party games, but the quality exclusives, then I'll pick it up, because I can play most of those third-party games on my PC for the most part, or on my PS3 or Xbox 360. I'm not worried necessarily about everything going to my Wii U, and I think that's what some people don't understand. Most Nintendo fans already have a decent rig or PC to play, or have a PS3 or Xbox 360. Many of these games that aren't coming to the Wii U are coming to those other systems. Like, for example, Destiny. I'm just going to pick up Destiny on my PS3 with free online play. I mean, the game runs in 30 frames per second on the PS4. For how strong the PS4 is, sure, we'll put it in 1080p, 30 frames per second. I'd rather have 720p, 60 frames per second. Still my decision to get a PS4 if it was 60 frames per second, because that shows me that there's an advantage, an gameplay advantage over the PS3 version other than just visuals. But since there's not, they're both going to be 30 or around 30 frames per second, just buy the game on my PS3. As a Nintendo fan that I am, but I'm also a gaming fan, you know, as that, I look at it and I'm like, well, Nintendo has the quality exclusives that I know I'm going to like more than anything. I already know Bayonetta 2 is going to be one of my top games of the year. I already know Smash Bros is going to be one of my top games of the year. I already know Hyrule Warriors is going to be another game that I'm going to immensely enjoy, and that's what I get out of Nintendo, the quality exclusive that I know I'm going to be playing for a long time, because they're going to keep delivering and delivering and delivering. So that's how I see it when it comes to Nintendo's support right now and third parties and all that junk like that. That's how I see it. I see it as well. You know, you can pick up an Xbox 360 or PS3 for super cheap and play a lot of those games, or you can build your own PC if you got a little bit of money and get those games if you feel like playing them. Personally, to me, the quality of third-party games since the 7th generation has went down, down, down. You know, last generation, I got Star Ocean, The Last Hope. I got so many great quality exclusives and or time exclusives or stuff on the Xbox 360. I got Mass Effect 2 years after the Xbox 360 launched. Yeah, about 2 years after the Xbox 360 launched. There were so many great games on the horizon that I saw that were coming out, you know, whereas this generation, that's not the case. We're seeing a lot of games that are still on last generation machines. We're seeing a lot of games, the quality of third-party games, they're hyping them up, hyping them up, hyping them up, and they're not living up to any of it. I mean, Watch Dogs is a perfect example of that. Just being hyped out to the max and not living up to it. So to me, the quality of third-party games has dropped. There's been a lot of DLC wars going on. This game has exclusive DLC this game has exclusive DLC that, and to me it's just like, I'd rather just play Nintendo's quality exclusives than worry about DLC wars, worrying about paying for online gameplay with PS4 and Xbox One at this moment, worry about all the other junk. To me, it just seems like a waste of money and a waste of time when my PS3 can play a lot of these games with free online play. And yeah, the graphics aren't as good, but if I was a graphics store, then I'll just buy everything on my PC. But I'm not. You know, I'm just looking to get a good experience for a good price, and if I already have something that can run it, then that's cool. And as far as my Wii U collection goes, I mean, I have a ton of Wii U games. I have a ton of retail, you know, games in the box there that I can play and stuff like that. So to me, it's about quality exclusives, quality over quantity. I'm not worried about the numbers. I'm worried about how good it is. And to me, there's no other company that makes better games than Nintendo. And as far as this year goes, there's no other company that's going to have a trio of games, to me, better than Smash Bros, Bayonetta 2, and Mario Kart 8. And that's just my opinion. That's how I feel on the matter. Alright, so what do you guys think about this whole quality over quantity or quantity over quality or stuff like that? I know a lot of you guys have been telling me, oh, well, I would like to have this game and this game and this game, which is true. Everybody wants that as well. But as a gaming fan, I also think that it's okay to own multiple systems. And if you do have multiple systems, then hey, you know, more power to you. You get to play more. The only people that I can see it being upset are the people who are like diehard Nintendos who don't buy any other consoles or don't have anything else, don't have a PC, don't have anything else, and they want to play everything. Well, Nintendo is probably the wrong system that you have, unless you're willing to just play Nintendo's quality exclusives and enjoy the heck out of them. I mean, even if you have a 3DS and a Wii U, I think you can survive off that, because the 3DS has a ton of great games and the Wii U has a lot of great games too. But overall, to me, I just look at it as I get older and as I've progressed in life, I realize that my money is also better spent on other things and investing and doing other stuff that I'm doing. So personally, I'm not sure if I even want to have all the systems and buy all of these third-party games, because a lot of them just end up being overhyped and not as good, and my money can go towards other things, and I can just play Nintendo's quality exclusives, you know, for the price and play online for free. So that's just personally my own opinion. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. And make sure you check out my latest show, my Super Smash Bros. Show. I think the final name is going to be PE, Cross Super Smash Bros. I've been getting a lot of feedback on that. I have the first pilot episode that you can click on and watch right above here. Or if you want, you can check the description below and I'll have a link to that one there. I've been getting a lot of positive feedback on the show. I've been having a lot of views. It's one of my fastest, you know, shows to ever reach almost 2,000 views at this point. So a lot of people really like it. Trust me, I'm already planning the next episode. So look forward to that soon. It's going to be a great show. Make sure you subscribe so you get that content first, because trust me, things are going to get really interesting with my new Smash Bros. Show, and of course Player Essence Cross Nintendo holding it down like always. Alright, make sure you like this video if you did like it. It really helps us out. And also make sure you check out playeressence.com for all your news, reviews, trailers, tips, tricks, previews. We got plenty of good stuff going up on this 4th of July weekend. Alright, so that basically wraps it up. My name is Francis, and we will see you guys for the next episode. Peace.